Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'd like to talk about the first gym exercise equipment created by who Arthur Jones described as a genius at his time. That is Dr. Gustav Zander. I recently read an article by Charles A. Smith, which I have uploaded on my Patreon account for my patrons, and the article dealt with using the lat machine for developing the muscles of the legs. Within the article was an excellent introduction to the origins of the lat machine and to the origins of gym equipment in general, and their creator, Dr. G. Zander, which will be the topic of today's video. In today's video, I will share with you some rare images of Dr. Zander's health equipment, as well as give you a short biography on Dr. Zander himself and his amazing achievements, a true pioneer of the iron game. Enjoy. Born in Stockholm 1835, Dr. Jonas Gustav Wilhelm Zander would study medicine and began to explore the connection between biomechanics and muscle building. He established the Therapeutic Zander Institute in Stockholm, where he would use his machines to correct physical impairments of his patients. And in doing so, he was one of the first originators of mechanotherapy, that is the employment of mechanical means to cure disease, or in his case of his patients, to stimulate tissue repair and tissue remodeling. He exhibited his many machines and methods from his institute at the 1876 Centennial Exhibition in Philadelphia, and he won a gold medal for his achievements. And by 1906, he had established institutes in approximately 150 countries worldwide. That's pretty incredible. Now I'd like to talk more about his Victorian age machines, or as we call it, the Bronze Era gym machines. In 1893, the book titled Dr. Zander's Medico-Mechanical Gymnastics, written by Dr. Alfred Leviton, was published, showcasing the many machines that Dr. Zander developed and were used at his institutes, which I will now share with you. These are just some examples, of course, of the many machines he developed, and I can see why, for example, Arthur Jones would later go on record to call him an absolute genius, and how right he was. For example, these are photos taken from from this book that I just mentioned. We can see that the man that's standing here is standing under a cable pulley machine, and so what we are looking at is a very early example of a lat machine. And you can see that down here it says arm pulling downwards on the left, right? So we are looking at a lat machine here. It's pretty amazing, and we can also see on the right a forearm flexion machine. Here are some more examples. We've got photo B4 on the left, and in this particular photo we can see a one-legged knee extension machine, and I guess it's kind of like a single-legged leg press machine. And B7 is called a velocipede. The velocipede it was called, and you can see that essentially it's just an exercise bike. Now what I find most interesting so far when I saw these photos is the similarity to Arthur Jones's Nautilus machines, in that Jones actually patented the cams that he used for his Nautilus machines, and the patented cams look quite similar to Zander's. Interestingly, some people later on believe that Arthur Jones may have actually stolen the ideas of for his Nautilus machines from Dr. Gustav Zander. I mean, you can see that the cams are quite similar, so it's a very interesting observation from the people that were accusing him. And this last photo I want to share with you, finally here we see what is very obvious to the eye, and that is a leg extension machine. Very, very similar in design to today's leg extension machine. Now if you're a history buff like me and you're interested in learning more about the machines that Dr. Zander worked on and created, you can purchase his book on my website www.goldenerabookworm.com, where you'll also find many out-of-print books and courses from the bodybuilding's incredible history. So I hope you've enjoyed this video looking at Dr. Zander's incredible achievements and his early gym equipment. And what I find so amazing is when you make this comparison of this photo from the 1800s with this photo that's obviously from the I think it's from the 80s, or at least the late 70s. We've got Arnold and Franco here at World Gym, and you can compare the photo from the late 1800s from Dr. Zander's book. And I mean, it's very clear that the structure of these machines hasn't changed much over the years. And why? It's obvious, because humans haven't changed much either. So as long as the structures remain the same in humans, and the organism's function remains similar, why should machines really change much throughout the years? I mean, they will change a little bit in their design, but essentially they're doing the same thing. And yeah, it's pretty incredible when you start comparing these photos to what modern machines look like. At least I really enjoy this stuff. I really enjoy comparing this stuff from the past to what it is nowadays. It's incredible when we look at the iron game history, how far it is. I mean, we're looking at now, when we compare it to machines nowadays, we're looking at 3 different centuries: the 1800s, the 1900s, and now the 2000s. So it's pretty amazing. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm, leave me your comments, and thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, please donate via PayPal or become a patron. And you can also contact me if you've got books and magazines that you'd like to pass on. And of course, you can visit my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com, for out-of-print books and courses on bodybuilding. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.
Hi everybody, I just want to recommend this phenomenal book, Vince's Secret Locker, volume number 2 by Carl Coyne. I've been looking at this for about 4 weeks and I can't put it down. If you get a chance, check it out. He also has a part 1 that I highly recommend also. Vince was the trainer of the stars and had an amazing, interesting gym that today there's still not equipment like it around. It was all made out of wood. He'll be on our radio show coming up probably in the next couple weeks or so. Have a great day, and again, highly recommend this book.